and this is my Hummer H3 Adventure.
G'day, I'm Jake. This is my 89 single carb Hilux, and this is my dad.
As a family, we've been full driving for 15 years. We've been to the Cape, Simpson Desert, out to the corners of Haddons and Camerons, and Jake's been involved since he was 4. I got the Hummer in October. I like the look, I love the interior, and I thought it was just fantastic value for money. There's a lot of car for the money, 20 grand cheaper than a cruiser and 15 cheaper than an equivalent patrol, and we put a lot of modifications on a car to 15 grand. We fitted a 4-inch Rancho kit, and that's given ground clearance raised significantly, obviously, and sitting on the set of 35s has also helped dramatically. A lot of the guys that have IFS with torsion bars just wind up the torsion bars and change the angle of the CVs, and that's one of the real advantages in this particular kit, because it maintains the straight CVs and you're not putting additional strain on the CVs. The turbo's been a bit of an exercise. We originally purchased a Turbonetics kit, which was developed for H3s in the States, but since then we've made further changes to the manifold system, and now instead of the power band coming in at 4,000 RPM, it comes in at a very useful 2,000 RPM. The whole concept of this vehicle was to have a 2-person tourer for my wife and I to be able to tour around in comfort, and with it being a new vehicle, there was no aftermarket products available when I started doing it, so I designed and built my own cargo barrier and also drawer system. We've recently put the roof rack on, which is a custom roof rack as well. The interior on these is just absolutely fantastic, and full leather seats, extremely comfortable, an excellent lumbar support, which is really important on the long trips. Some people complain about the short windows, but I see them as a benefit because you get very little sunlight in, so I find this vehicle actually stays a lot cooler than the patrols and cruisers with big slanting front windows. We've put in a dual battery system which runs the fridge and the lights etc. at the back, and all of that runs through to that little electrical box as part of the storage system, and we've fitted a compressor under the bonnet, a little ARB compressor, for those times that we might have a flat tyre. One of the great things about the Hummer and how we've set it up as a 2-person tourer is that my wife now just loves going away camping, and she's constantly wanting to go because it's just so easy. Everything's there, it's in its place. In fact, we just leave it stocked, and only have to put clothes bags in and fill up the water tank, and we can go away for a weekend at any time. And as I say, she just loves it, and as I always say, if she's happy, I'm happy.
It's an 89 single carb Hilux. I've had it for just under 2 years now. Bought it stock bar the PJM front bar. I took out the bottom hoops here just to increase the approach angle. Fitted some custom fog lights off RA Rodeo, and chopped the side of the bull bar to fit the 35-inch tyres. I've got the 2-inch Old Man Emu suspension kit all round. I've put a 2-inch body lift in it with 2-inch extended shackles from Snake Racing. main benefits of the suspension kit that I've put in is the increased flex and the overall body height, and of course ground clearance because of the 35-inch tyres. I've put a Recon 2.8 litre diesel in it. I've put the DTS turbocharger kit and a front mount intercooler. I've really noticed the difference of the turbo on the intercooler when we go west, especially up the Toowoomba range. I used to have to drop down into second, whereas now I can cruise up with a full load and fourth. I've got a 2.5 inch straight through exhaust system, just gives it a nicer note. To tie in with the sub and the amp, I've got a custom box behind the seats, which all rolls into a custom console that I built, which holds a 12 volt 8 litre Waco fridge, just to keep the drinks cold on those long trips. I've got a pair of custom F250 side steps which I picked up for $15 each. Made a few small modifications and they fit quite well. I've got an aluminium tray on the back with a redback toolbox which holds my general tools as well as my dual battery, 500 watt inverter and my compressor. I've got a 40 litre Engel fridge for touring which plugs straight into the toolbox into the dual battery. I've got two jerry can holders that I use for touring which sit either side of the toolbox on the back. That gives me an extra 40 litres, which is about 200 k's on those long trips. The flex in the back's quite good with the Old Man Union kit and the Snake Racing 2-inch extended shackles. In the future I'd like to get some longer travel shocks in the rear just to compensate for those shackles. My favourite place to go was definitely Cape York. Probably looking at doing that again at the end of next year. Otherwise, then cruising Mountain Park. There's a fair bit of competition between the two trucks. Dad went 35s, so of course I had to go 35s. We're always challenging each other which hill climbs we can do and who can do it better, whose is quicker. The trucks have certainly brought Dad and I a lot closer. We work on them all the time together. Getting away, camping as much as we can, we both absolutely love it.
It's been a great exercise building this truck up with my son, and it's just been fantastic for us to be able to do these things as a family and learn things about trucks together.
Battery World has power for everything in the home. Batteries for alarm systems, cameras, smoke alarms, cordless phones, power tools, video phone, 13, 17, 60. Power for everything.
Tough out here, mate.
Good we got a Waco. So where are we taking the Waco tomorrow?
Waco. The go